Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to DanganRonpa. Last time a corpse exploded. Took Toko out. Not really, but it looked like it did. It probably should have, in all means, you know.
Back up, Bacula! I'm the main character. You're the Triple B this time. I'm the Big Alpha.
Let's begin, shall we? How you doing, Vivi, Will, Coco, Moon, Tiny?
What's this?
These look like fragments of something. They're all burnt, so I can't really be too sure about it, but I feel like I've seen something like it before. But where?
Oh, wait. Was it there?
I'll have to double check that later. I don't know what the fuck that is. Fragments near the dead body's been added to the bullet section. Who died this time? We don't know. The corpse exploded. It's assumed to be Kyoko that we know of. Kyoko's gone missing. This body is wearing her boots. The nails are different though. So, I don't know. It had a mask on. That's a good picture, Moon. Like the corpse literally exploded. It almost took Toko out. She went flying. If I check the body more thoroughly, maybe then I'll find out for sure if it's Kyoko or not.
Huh? There's something weird about the body's fingernails.
It looks like she has the fingernails of Junko. Because that's the only female character that had nails like that.
Oh, these are fake nails. They're really long.
That we know of.
Oh, they seem like they get in the way of normal activity.
Also got a wolf tattoo.
There's also something on the back of her right hand.
It's a tattoo. It got burnt, so I can't make out the whole thing, but it looks like it's a picture of a dog or something. I've never seen anything like it before. Oh yeah, she had a lot of wounds, too. Old wounds. The upper half of the body got set on fire in the explosion, so it's totally blackened. Also, the top half of the body is wet. That's because it got set on fire and I threw water on it. Because I only threw water on the part that was on fire, the top half, the bottom half is still dry. In other words, there's nothing strange about the top half being wet. There isn't, right? I mentioned this before, but the music reminds me of Sonic Adventure. The lower half of the body didn't get wet at all. After the body blew up, the top half got set on fire, so I dumped a bucket of water on it. Which explains why the bottom half isn't wet. There's nothing strange about that, right? They keep bringing up that nothing strange about it, right? The white jacket the victim was wearing got totally burnt up. There's only one little piece left. Okay. How are the chickens? Are the chickens okay? I remember there were some chickens in the chicken coop. There's only 4. One of them is missing.
Huh? 4 chickens?
Yo.
Hey, what's going on, Mikado?
Oh, I'm glad you're here. Listen, do you remember how many chickens there were in here?
Of course, there were precisely 5.
Yeah, right?
What's wrong?
Oh, there's only 4 chickens here now. We're 1 short.
Ah!
Ah! That's so weird. I wonder when it disappeared.
I was down here just before nighttime last night, and there were definitely 5 chickens then.
What are we gonna do?
Going from 5 to 4 is gonna have an impact on the structure of the world!
Conspiracy.
It's like a jigsaw puzzle. If even a single piece disappears, the entire world will remain unfinished. I did my best to ignore Hero and focus on the problem at hand. Why did one of the chickens disappear? Could it be related to the case? Did they use the chicken blood to simulate blood? Maybe. This is one of the monitors Monokuma appears on. It seems pretty useless, so he's not on it. Actually, no, it's totally useless no matter what. Excuse me, owie. Oh yeah, and I guess me and Owie are not boyfriend-girlfriend. Practice boyfriend-girlfriend is how she put it. Or I guess Makoto's. Not even platonic lovers, man. It was like platonic best friends. It was like friend zone to the extreme. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. It's like, Makoto, as long as you keep giving me food, I'll keep you around. This is the panel that controls the sprinklers. They're set to turn on 7:30 every morning, and Monokuma said the time positively couldn't be changed.
Hold on.
So the sprinklers turn on at 7:30 each morning, right? Then if the body was here before then, the sprinklers should have gotten it wet. Which would mean the murder must have taken place
After 7:30.
Yeah, you're not even a friend, you're a vending machine. Listen, Makoto, do you remember how the body looked, before it blew up?
If I remember right, it was wearing some kind of mask and a big white coat. And also there was a knife sticking out of the stomach, and the area found was stained with blood. Apparently the wound had stopped bleeding, but the blood on the body was still wet. Bacula said not to touch it to avoid getting all bloody. But for how much blood there was only on the body, I don't see anything on the ground.
Wow, thanks, that was a big help. Now that you explained it, I totally remember how it looked.
Well, having to talk about it like that helped me remember a lot of it too. So thank you too, m'lady.
Yeah, notice it's not wearing the coat, it's actually draped over the body. It's also draped backwards. There's a knife laying on the ground. How did the knife come out? Was it not actually in the body? If it blew out so easily? It must be the knife that was stuck in the body before it exploded. The force of the explosion must have thrown it over here. The Monokuma file said the knife went all the way through the body from front to back. Does that mean this knife is what caused the fatal injury? Either way, this knife, it looks really familiar. Yeah, no, really?
Wait, was this?
Oh yeah, that's right. He woke up in the middle of the night and he tried to kill him. And then Kyoko showed up.
That's it.
It's the knife that the person was holding. Yeah, there's no blood on it either. This is getting really weird. Now, is it an oversight or is it intended to not have blood on it? There's just too many strange coincidences. Whoever that person in the mask was that attacked me last night, they were holding that knife. And that same knife was used to stab that same masked attacker we found here. Blood can evaporate? No, the water content in the blood can evaporate, but the blood itself cannot. So maybe this masked person got stabbed because... Now, it may be because of the explosion, it could have removed any blood, but if the knife was inside the body all the way to the base, I'm pretty sure it would stick inside if the explosion happened above where the knife was stabbed. Because I'm assuming the bomb was on the chest and the knife was in the stomach. So if anything, the knife should have gone the other way, not where it's sitting, just kind of sitting there. When they attacked, I was in a kind of a trance. Maybe I reacted by grabbing the knife, and maybe then I
fought him off with my own two fists. Yeah, that was me. I'm a big alpha. Ruff, ruff, ruff.
And if this really is Kyoko, it would mean Kyoko is the one that attacked me. But why the mask? I just don't know. I don't remember anything clearly from last night. No, it can't be. It can't be. There's no way. I'm pretty sure she actually saved you. Oh, I just want to take my guitar and just... Good time, Makoto. I wanted to talk with you.
What do you want to talk about?
So, in other words...
I'd like to hear your alibi.
Alibi?
In other words...
Correct. I'd love to hear where you were after nighttime began last night.
Oh, well, I was sick, so I was asleep all night.
But why are you...
But why are you asking me about that now? And what's nighttime got to do with it?
Naturally.
Well, everyone was in the gym except for you and Kyoko, so... Isn't it obvious this murder took place after nighttime?
How can you know for sure?
Because just after nighttime began, I came to the garden. I was going around looking for everyone so I could tell them about Monokuma. Hiro's been spending most of his time in the garden the last few days, so I figured he'd be here. And I can confirm that when I arrived last night, there was no body here.
In other words...
So the murder could only have taken place at some point during nighttime after I left the garden. However, Toko, Hiro, Hina, and I were in the gym together the entire night last night.
What?
Once I found Hiro in the garden, we immediately went to Toko and Hina's room to get them. At that point, we all went to the gym and began dismantling Monokuma. As a precaution, we made sure not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. In other words, all four of us have an airtight alibi. The only one who don't have alibis are me and
Kyoko.
That's right.
And if the victim really is Kyoko, then I'm
the only one without an alibi.
Also, when we went to go get Hina and Toko, we stopped by your room as well. But you never came out to the door, so where precisely were you?
I'm telling the truth, I was in my room, but I was dead asleep. I had a fever, so...
That's hardly an alibi.
I know.
So, what now? You seem to be quite the disadvantage here. I'm the only one without an alibi. That's really bad, isn't it?
Uh-oh.
Hiro. Hiro. It's 11 o'clock right now.
Okay, Ed.
Oh, well, think about when we first found the body.
When was the body first found, huh?
I should look back at what I did this morning to help me remember when that was. Monokuma's announcement woke me up at 7 o'clock as usual, and I headed for the dining hall pretty soon. Once I got there, I met up with Hina. That was right around 7:30. Then I headed to the gym where everyone else was waiting. Next, Toko went to go get the pickaxe, and that's when she found the body. What time was it? 9:01. Oh. Now then, Toko, what time is it?
Well, when we left the gym, it was just before 9 o'clock, so it's probably 9 on the dot now.
Oh, that's right. It had to have been about around 9 o'clock.
Ah, now that you mention it, I think you're right. So I think we can say for sure that the body was found at 9 a.m. Okay, my job's done. Wow, good job. That's a pretty small job. So, how you doing, Una? So the body's dry. I think they made a point to point that out, that the body was dry. So the murder happened after 7:30 when the sprinklers were done. So maybe 8 o'clock or so, because the lower part of the body is still dry. I'm assuming that's why they kept pointing out only the top part of the body's wet, was that they died after the sprinklers were off. So sometime between 8 and 9. So, I mean, I'm assuming they'll run 30 minutes, you know. 30 minutes. We'll say 30 minutes they run for.
whoever it is.
I'm not gonna look. I don't want to faint anymore.
This game works in hour increments, so I'm pretty sure they're gonna keep it on the hour. Before the body exploded. Oh yeah. Okay. I think we're done here. Okay, I guess not. No matter when, no matter where, the surveillance cameras are following our moon. Absolutely everywhere. Just to be sure, I should take a look in the tool shed. The room is dusty and disorganized. In other words, a pretty stereotypical tool shed. A tarp! Wait, was there a tarp in here before? I should probably look into that. That could be related to the case. Well, we've seen tarps before move bodies, so I'm assuming this body was moved into position with this tarp. The top is wet and covered with mud and grime. There it is. Alright, so the murder happened as before the sprinklers went off, because they used the tarp, I bet, to cover the body. But the underside, totally clean and completely dry. On one side of the tarp is wet and dirty. Something about that bothers me. So, okay. So what happened with Monokuma was that they discovered his teddy bear body sitting in the gym unresponsive. So they started to take it apart. So they, the survivors so far, decided that Kyoko somehow got rid of the headmaster. They found the body. It had a key. They used the key on the data center. They found out that the data center had all the surveillance cameras broadcasting to that room. They found a TV with a TV antenna, and it showed that all the surveillance cameras were broadcasting to a television station. And then Monokuma showed up again to show them that, hey, you guys thought you had some hope? Just kidding. Absolute despair. And then I think they went back to the body and it exploded. And then no, it exploded, and then we went to the data center. And then as Monokuma revealed himself, saying that you're being broadcasted on TV, and then he's like, hey, guess what? Ding dong, bing bong, body was discovered. Monokuma's a robot that someone's controlling. Nice. The tarp has been added. Also, Toko was looking at his butt, looking to eat it. That's the one thing in here that concerns me. These flower pots have nothing to do with the case. There's something carved into the handle of his pickaxe. Crazy diamond. Definitely intriguing, but now's not the time to worry about it. Alright, looking good here. The tarp is new.
I think I've checked everything I need to in this area.
But I'm not done yet. There are other areas I need to check. Specifically the fragment I found before. What is that? Somewhere I need to go in order to confirm my suspicions. I don't know. Oh, it's a piece of Monokuma. Is that corpse really Kyoko? If that's true. Was that also Kyoko who attacked me last night? If I could find out more about her, maybe I can answer that question. Kyoko was never that kind of a person to talk about herself that much. Maybe I can maybe I can get into her room and be able to find out more. But the key to her room...
It's all clear now.
I will simply limit your options. I can't allow you to engage any further suspicious activities.
Limit my options?
Just give up.
Give me the key to your room.
I don't have a choice. I have to see if you'll let me borrow her room key.
Hey, I'm Bacula.
If you come up with an alibi, I'd be happy to hear it later, at class trial.
Oh no, it's not about that. You have the key to Kyoko's room, right? I was hoping I could borrow it.
I'm afraid I can't take that risk. You're the prime suspect after all.
What?
Of course, if I were to go with you, that would be a different story.
Then will you go with me?
Sorry, I have my own agenda to take care of. Find me again later, we'll see. Depending on my mood, I may go with you or I may not.
Come back later, huh? Okay, then. In the meantime, I should go look around somewhere else. Maybe I should check out that one area. The gym?
Yeah, Bacula, you better give it to me, you bottom beta bitch! I told you, I'm the alpha dog! Huff, huff!
Monokuma's laying dismantled on the floor, but I figured it wouldn't...
I figured it wouldn't be here.
You know?
Oh, the bomb! Ah.
Arf, arf, woof! Get out of here, Bacula! I'm the alpha now!
I just found something. What is it? Oh, it's this piece of shrapnel from the bomb. That's what it is.
A bomb. I'm sure there's one installed in every Monokuma robot, I'm sure.
And that bomb went missing. There's no doubt about that. The fragments I found in the garden. Yep, that's the bomb fragment. Why am I like this? Because I'm adorable. Now that I've checked everything else I can think of, all that's left now is Kyoko's room. Should head back to the garden and ask Bacula. So someone snagged the bomb. He put the bomb down. And then we went to the garden? Or what did we do after we looked at the Monokuma? I think we went to go look at the headmaster's place or something like that. Yeah, we went to the headmaster's room. It was still locked. We were gonna bust it down with a pickaxe. They told Toko to go get the pickaxe, and then she came back to saying there was a body.
Hey, Bacula! You think I can go to the room soon, Bacula?
Let's go.
Do you want to check out Kyoko's room, right? Very well, let's go.
Oh, wait for me!
Bacula walked off without a second glance, and I hurried on after him on the way to the dorms. Ugh. I have to ask, Your Majesty.
Your Majesty, please, may I go inside milady's chamber? Well then, here we are. Here.
Bacula took out the key and slid it into the keyhole, and then...
And it's open.
Oh, looks like it, thanks.
Wow, she has a plain room. So this is Kyoko's room. Wow, she's like the only one, just like Makoto, that has nothing in their room. Except, what is this? Is it a 6 or is it a 9? Something on the table. It's a wood block decoration.
What?
What's that? What purpose does it serve?
I think it's probably a key.
The lockers at those really traditional public bathhouses use them for their lockers.
I wouldn't know. I never gone to a public bathhouse.
Doesn't really surprise me. It's hard to picture Bacula doing something like that.
Certainly possible.
But if it is a key, I think I might know what it unlocks.
Oh, really, what?
Unless I'm mistaken, I'm pretty sure I saw something in the dojo that this might go to.
The dojo. Woodblock key. Well, okay, alright. Well, why don't we go unlock it? Let's take it with us.
It's...
Why are we just leaving it? Let's go up there, man. Alright, thanks for the cream, Pezzy. Here's the bathroom. She might have a certain articles hanging out to dry. I'd better not look inside. Here's her bed. I don't see anything interesting here, at least not as far as the case is concerned.
Huh, certain articles.
Hey, I think if you want to look around a bit more.
Oh, do I have to talk to you?
What?
You wanted to come in here, right? So what is it you're looking for?
Nothing in particular. I just thought we might find some kind of clue here. A clue that might help us understand Kyoko.
Come on.
You can't be serious. That's why you made me take time out of my search to come here.
Oh, sorry.
Regardless if you plan on poking around at random, you're doomed no matter how much time you take. Surely you have something more concrete, something to give us some sort of direction here.
More concrete.
Oh, I know.
Earlier, Kyoko gave me something.
Huh, what's this?
It's true.
Consider it a symbol of my determination. Don't open it yet. Only open it if something ever happens to me. You got imaginary married to imaginary Taka? Well, I'll give you imagination congratulations. I'm sure I have it here somewhere.
Oh, found it.
What's in the envelope? What's in there?
Kyoko gave it to me. She said if something ever happened to her, I should open it.
Well, something has certainly happened, so open it.
Okay.
I opened the envelope and looked inside. Inside was a single piece of paper. Under the sheets.
What?
That's all there was in there?
Yeah, looks like it.
Under the sheets. What could it be? Huh. What could it be, chat? Under the sheets? What do they mean by that? Wait a second. Wait a minute. That note. No.
Look, could something be hidden under the sheets?
Part of me didn't expect to find anything, but as I lifted up the sheets... What's this? It's Kyoko. I found a crumpled up piece of paper.
Oh my god! Mikuru Ukusaba!
Class number 78, student registry. Mikuru Ukusaba.
I see.
It appears to be Mukuru's profile.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's probably the other thing Kyoko stole when she snuck into the headmaster's room along with the key.
God! You're so annoying! Fine, I'll tell you, it was a key and blank, that's it!
This must be the blank that Monokuma was talking about. Kyoko said a death without meaning was unappealing, and this is what she left behind.
I don't have time for your sentimental indulgences. Hurry up and finish your search.
Okay.
I made an effort to pull myself together, then looked down at the profile sheet. Name, Mikuru. Sex, female. The ultimate soldier. Although small for her age, she was a military specialist trained in every weapon type imaginable. She showed an interest in the military from Wait, she was the ultimate despair, wasn't she, before? And soon found herself completely absorbed in it. In elementary school, she won a survival game tournament and began writing for military magazines. Just before entering middle school, while she and her family were on vacation in Europe, she disappeared. The story of a young Japanese girl being kidnapped quickly took over Japanese media outlets. An intense international investigation turned up no information and she was never found. However, she reappeared in Japan 3 years later, alone and completely unannounced. She revealed that she had joined the mercenary group known as Fenrir for those 3 years. She insisted that she hadn't been kidnapped, that she received battle training of her own volition. However, she never revealed why she decided to return home when she did. Fenrir. They probably have tattoos of wolves on their hands, right?
Huh. The ultimate soldier, mercenary group. This doesn't feel real.
The world I grew up in, it's like a completely different dimension. It's like one of those non-fiction and other is sci-fi. There's no way to even compare the two. That's how different this is. That was how I saw things as just an ordinary person, but then...
I see.
I never imagined I would hear the name Fenrir in a place like this. Oh yes, Fenrir, I know of this.
Huh, you recognize it?
Naturally.
The Fenrir Mercenary Corps is a collection of battle-crazed warmongers. But they do have their uses and they always get the job done. That's worth remembering.
Yeah, well, this is all part of the world totally removed from the one I live in.
I have to say, I'm intrigued. Every rumor I've heard says that Fenrir has already...
Whoa! I feel like our hero is becoming a bit player and a bit player is becoming our hero! Oh, it's you! What have you got in your pretty little hand there? Uh-oh! You found her profile! So what if we did?
Hey.
Don't freak out on me! I'm not gonna hold it against you or anything. In any case, you're wondering, I don't hold it against Kyoko either, even though she stole it and hid it. After all, there's no rule against stealing, is there? But who I can't forgive is Miss Okami, who broke the rules and busted into the headmaster's room. Maybe I'll drag her corpse out here and slice it up and devour it. Bears are omnivorous, you know.
What?
Are rule violations really so unforgivable? You're quite adamant about those regulations of yours.
Of course I am. A proper school life is built on the dedication to organization and order. Which is why even I, as the school headmaster, have to follow the regulations myself.
Oh, so you're saying you have to follow your own rules as well?
Of course.
Absolutely. I can't have you complaining about how unfair it is at all. Unfair it all is now, can I? In fact, on the subject of fairness, would you like to know something interesting? Oh, interesting. It's about the one writing all the rules. They're actually one of the participants in this killing game. I don't think I ever actually told you how many participants there actually were, did I?
Yeah, like the first trial, there was an extra seat. No one brought up.
I was thinking I should probably clarify that.
Hey,
Yeah, see, look at Junko's nails. Big and long. And red. Look, look, look. Oh, she's wearing boots too. That is similar to Kyoko's. Oh, maybe it's her corpse. If it is her corpse. But yeah, see, look, she's got the boots on, and she's got those long nails.
When you all first got together in the main hall, right? Back when there were 15 people there, right? I think the first meeting may have led to a little misunderstanding among you all. A misunderstanding, are you saying?
in other words.
That's right! There weren't actually 15 of you!
Yes, indeed.
The total number of students taking part in this killing game was actually 16!
16 then.
Mikuro Ikusaba, the 16th student lying hidden somewhere in this school. The one they call the ultimate despair. Watch out for her.
The 16th student, Mikuru Kusaba. She's part of the school life, so the one making all the regulations is...
Did you say something?
Why are you telling us this?
Oh, well, because, like I told you, this killing game is desperately popular. You wouldn't believe the ratings. And since we got so many viewers now, I wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. I don't want to wake up to a hurricane of complaints and hate mail, you know.
Yes, indeed.
Make sense?
Well now.
Okay, that's all you get for now. Oh, actually, I do have some revenge to get. So I have an extra bonus for you. Oh, revenge. I want to get back at that sneaky little Miss Kirigiri, so I'm going to share a little secret with you. Seriously?
Hey,
You know how she wears those stupid gloves day in, day out all the time? Well, don't tell anyone I told you, but she wears them to cover a bunch of hideous scars that she doesn't want anyone to see. What? Okay, now that's all you get.
Monokuma's account has been added to the truth. Kyoko wears those gloves to cover up a bunch of scars.
Wait, so on the back of her hand.
See, those are Junko's nails. That's Junko. Wait, but no. Monokuma specifically said they were scars, right? And that's why Kyoko wears those gloves to hide the scars, which means those fake nails on the corpse.
Are you thinking about Kyoko again?
Huh?
What?
Forget about her. What matters right now is uncovering Monokuma's trap.
This trap?
Such
God must have really hated you to make you so dull. Don't you remember what Monokuma just told us? He said there were 16 students, right? Which means Mikuru was a student here. Obviously, Monokuma was trying to tell us that Mikuru is the one creating the rules of the game. But why would he tell us that, and why now?
Well, he said he wanted to make things clear so there wouldn't be any complaints later.
But the mere fact that he said that proves that Mikuru is connected to the case. That's why Monokuma revealed the existence of a 16th student. He needs to make our investigation fair.
Well, Mikuru is related to the case.
Certainly possible.
Perhaps she's the one who killed Kyoko.
What?
That would explain why we would have to have a class trial, wouldn't it? If she's a student and she killed someone, that would make her part of the school killing game.
Mikuru is the killer. She killed Kyoko?
Anyone should be able to come to that conclusion, don't you think? In fact, that's exactly what I thought when the investigation first began.
What?
But based on what Monokuma just told us, I've changed my mind.
It's all clear now.
Mikuru Ukusaba isn't the culprit.
Well, what makes you say that?
We thought Mikuru, the ultimate despair, was the mastermind's true identity. But if that's true, Monokuma's behavior makes no sense. Why would the mastermind go out of their way to reveal themselves to us?
That's a good point.
So, in other words,
Mikuru giving us information that would raise questions about her would be bold, to say the least. To make more sense, then, to assume that Mikuru isn't the culprit.
So that's the trap. They want us to suspect Mikuru, then come to the wrong conclusion.
That's what makes sense to me.
The way you say it, it definitely does seem possible. But if that's really true, if Mikuru isn't the killer, then who is it?
Well, then I believe our work here is finished. Let's move on. I'm sure there are other places in need of investigation.
Well, I should find out about that key and the dojo really are connected.
Well, are you coming?
Oh, teleport, alright. I mean, how can you hate Monokuma? I mean, look at this guy. Look at this. Look at this little guy. Just look at this. Look at this little guy. Look at him. How can you hate him? How can you hate him? He's just a cute little bear. He's adorable. Got some moves, too. You know, if you look up, you know, that GIF you sent me, Moon, if you look up Monokuma on Discord, it's like the 6th or 7th GIF. Coming from Moon, you should all know what that means. There are wooden lockers here. They use woodblock keys, just like those at the super traditional public bathhouses. It looks like the key we found in Kyoko's room really does go to one of these lockers. Is she gonna be in the locker? She's probably... I guess if she's in the locker, how'd she get the key down there?
Makoto, do you see the locker farthest to the right?
very strange.
That's the only one that doesn't have a key in it at all at the moment. You understand what that means, right?
I should probably use the key we found in that locker, right?
Well, just try it!
Okay.
I took out the woodblock key and inserted it into the locker's metal lock and... click. The locker eagerly accepted the key and it opened. There are arrows in here, and it looks like 10 arrows in total.
They look like they're made of titanium, which means they're quite strong despite how thin they are. Of course, without a bow, they're nothing but strong little sticks.
Strong sticks. Whoa, titanium!
Oh, there's something else inside the locker. It's a wadded up ball of duct tape. I wonder what this was used for. Is that a blood stain?
I see.
If it is, that means it surely has to be related to the case.
The duct tape is related to the case somehow, but how could it possibly be involved? I think that's all that the locker has to offer for now.
Is something wrong?
Strange.
It's very odd.
Don't you think? The locker was hiding items that were clearly related to the case. But how did the key to the locker wind up in the victim's room?
Why?
Or perhaps...
Bacula.
Forget it! Come on, we need to continue on to the next location.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, how the fuck did Makoto get inside Kyoko's room, which would get inside the locker room if he had the key? So now I think he's starting to suspect that Makoto didn't do it.
Huh, what's the next location?
What?
There's still something we need to look into. We need to do more research on Fenrir.
Fenrir, you mean the mercenary group that Makuro was a part of? But how are we supposed to find out about that?
Isn't it obvious? Where's the school would you go to do research like something?
Oh, research, are you talking about the archive? That's right, the archive has all kinds of info the general public doesn't have access to.
Let's go.
We only have so much time before the trial begins. Let's hurry! Hurry, Makoto, let's go! I believe there was a file related to Fenrir somewhere over here.
Bacula seemed to know the archive like the back of his hand and went straight to the shelf on the back.
Ah, here we are.
He quickly returned with a file in hand.
I see.
And take a look at this.
I have no idea what it says. What language is this?
It's English, you dum-dum! How'd you make it all the way to school without learning a single word of French?
I'm pretty sure most high schoolers can't speak French.
Well, whatever, I'll read it to you, but I expect you to replay your dad 100 times over.
100 times, isn't that kind of extreme? Fenrir is an elite fighting unit.
Based out of the Middle East. Unlike military contractors, they are a fierce group of soldiers who engage in direct combat. They claim that a single member is equivalent to an entire company of regular soldiers. Just like Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok, their mere presence is enough to strike fear into an enemy. They have been involved in countless military battles and operations, most of which are highly classified. They're based off an oil rig in the sea. Their leader, Big Boss. Some time ago, they completely ceased all activity. At present, their continued existence cannot be confirmed. There are unconfirmed reports that the key members of the group were all neutralized. Rumors indicate they were killed to keep them from revealing the many state secrets they'd acquired. Some, however, believe there was mounting internal tension within the group. They simply imploded. The offshoot created what's known as the Diamond Dogs.
What?
What is it?
This all sounds like some kind of alternate reality.
Well, isn't it? Well, it isn't. This is our reality, the only reality. These people are part of our world. Their battlefields aren't much different from our lives here, an unpredictable, unimaginable world. That's what makes it all so exciting.
Exciting definitely isn't the word I would use.
So, did anything jump out at you? This may be your last opportunity to learn about Fenrir.
Now that you mention it.
So the report said something about where the name Fenrir comes from, right?
That's right. I said Fenrir is the Wolf of Ragnarok. Speaking of which, would you like to know something interesting related to that? To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
What?
They got a tattoo of Fenrir. Could that mean? Mikuru Ukusabi's profile has been updated to truth bullets. Ding dong bing bong.
It's time for the class trial!
Time is utterly silent, and yet it constantly assaults us, organisms, the earth, natural phenomena. It damages us little by little until the end. You should really think about that. Anyway, it's time to begin the class trial! So, please meet up in the usual spot. See you later!
Hoo hoo hoo.
Then the time has come.
All we can do now is try to uncover the truth during the class trial.
That's right.
It would seem that way. Let's go.
So what do we know so far? I don't think it's Kyoko. I think it's Junko's corpse. I think somehow they still had the body. They used the tarp to cover the corpse to make sure it stays there without getting wet. They move the tarp. They strap a bomb on it, blow it up. I don't think it's Kyoko. That's the only thing I can think of. Whoa! Bacula and Makoto show up together. Where the heck have you two been? You two have been. You just disappeared without a word.
We were investigating, of course. How could you not figure that out by this point?
Makoto's ranked high enough for you guys to go off together? Just the two of you?
What, are you jealous?
Hey.
Oh, are you making up some kind of creepy fantasy for yourself?
What?
Stop talking and brace yourselves. They'll be here any second.
Any second. He could show up at any time. When I imagined what was about to happen, I immediately tensed up and prepared myself. But we stood there for 5 full minutes, waiting for something weird to happen. And then 5 minutes became 10.
Why?
What's going on here? Why hasn't Monokuma shown up yet?
Could it be?
Maybe he died again. What should we do? Should we keep waiting here, or...
Or what?
Jesus!
Did I scare you?
Come on.
I demand an explanation. Why did you waste my time and make me wait like that?
What? I made you wait? You got it all backwards. You're the ones making me wait. Huh?
In other words,
I'm waiting for everyone to arrive. Why? We can't start till everyone's here now, can we? What are you talking about? Everyone is here. We've all been waiting for you. Sorry, but you're wrong. But we've been waiting 10 minutes now, so it's okay if I punish the one making us all wait, right? If we all agree it's a violation, I'll arrange a punishment right now.
If it's me you're waiting for, I'm here. When we heard that voice, we all spun around to look.
Hey,
Hey, what's up? Oh, how you doing? I'm here and no rule's been broken.
Kyoko!
Kyoko, you're still alive!
There's a ghost! Like, zoinks! Stop talking. If you want to fight, do it at the class trial. You need to save some of the fun for later, right?
What?
But is it okay that there's no particular penalty for being late?
is that right?
I made it here just fine. What school regulation did I violate? Am I wrong?
You're so selfish, so spoiled. You're right, there's no penalty officially, but I bet you'll be sorry later. No, I'll make sure you're real sorry later. Anyway, hustle your butts into the elevator. I'll be just one step ahead of you.
I want to imagine there's like a bunch of cat doors around in every single room so Monokuma can just fit his butt through. When Monokuma was gone, we all rushed up to Kyoko.
Kyoko,
So you really didn't die?
Indeed.
Of course I didn't die. Thank God, I'm so glad you're okay.
Perhaps, but that's not necessarily a good thing for us.
huh?
He's right, now we gotta deal with a ghost!
I told you to stop talking.
Let's go.
Come on, let's just go. Whatever we need to discuss, we can do it during the trial.
Without ever looking directly at Kyoko, Bacula stepped into the elevator.
Master, wait for me.
Good call. Who knows what might happen if we just wait, if we take too long.
But
I'll be happy when this trial is all over, but one after another, everyone piled into the elevator. But I couldn't help myself. I had to talk to Kyoko before the trial started. Listen,
Hey, listen, before we get started, I have to ask you. Where have you been this whole time? You used that key of yours to go somewhere, didn't you?
correct.
I went to investigate the second floor of the dorms.
The second floor.
That's right.
There aren't any monitors or cameras there, so I was able to avoid Monokuma completely. Of course, I also missed his announcement because of that. I had no idea a body had been discovered.
Oh, then when did you find out?
So,
Just now, I finished my search and came back down, just in time to hear the class trial announcement. I took some time to go over the crime scene first. I can't go to the trial completely uninformed, can I?
Well, that's where you were late.
however,
I'm sorry I kept you all waiting.
Oh, but if you were on the second floor of the dorms, then that's what the key you found goes to, huh?
wrong.
Actually, to be precise, not quite.
In other words,
I used Monokuma's secret tool, which can open any lock in the school.
What?
Monokuma's secret tool, huh?
Just a second.
Hey, what are you two doing? Hurry up before we get in trouble with Monokuma.
Makoto.
We can go over all the details after we get through this trial, okay? Right now, I just want to focus on surviving our current situation. Because this is probably the single most crucial moment so far for me. For her? That's a strange way to put it. The class trial is important for everyone, right? So why would she say it's a crucial moment for her?
Goodbye.
Well, if that's all. Seemingly unconcerned, Kyoko made her way to the elevator.
I'm just overthinking what she said, right?
Being the last one left, I stepped into the elevator. And the door slid shut. This time, the clunking was loud enough to hurt my ears, and the dread began to consume me once again. I can't imagine ever getting used to the mental pressure that comes with preparing for an execution. In that dusky darkness, nobody said a word. We just stood there, silent and still. After an immeasurable period of time, the doors opened without warning. A dazzling light penetrated every depth of my eyes, but it wasn't the illuminating light of hope. It was the blinding light of despair.
I can't wait!
Yes! Despair is all around us.
Yeah! I've been waiting for this! I feel like it's been forever since we got together like this! The time for pointless jokes and jabs has passed! Let's get on with the show!
And so the curtain opened to the 5th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal.
A deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith.
A deadly class trial!
I gotta get my ambidextrousness. Allows you to lock on to 2 statements at once, effective during the bullet time battle.
Oh no!
Bullet time capacity, let's keep that one. Increases damage to the opponent when statement is destroyed, effective during the bullet time battle. Focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during the non-stop debate. The Hangman's Gambit, focus gauge recovers more quickly. Increase the focus gauge by 2. Increase the time limit for each phase. We can get rid of that one. Ambidextrous. Ambidextrous.
I'm ready! Let's do it! I want everyone shouting, "No, that's
With
wrong!"
A basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one...
I'm assuming the chick that blew up was Junko, but she was already dead.
Then I'll
So the
punish
problem is who
everyone
put her there.
besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
No, that's wrong!
Okay, well, I'll leave the rest up to you.
Well then, let's discuss the specifics of the victim. First, we need to clarify who exactly the unidentified victim is.
It's Kyoko. There's no other explanation.
I swear to God, Hero.
The first statement!
But Kyoko's standing right there.
No, that's wrong!
That's a ghost.
But she has legs and stuff.
Well, that's just because she's like the latest evolution in ghost technology.
Ah, there you go. Okay, okay. Alright, that makes sense. Alright, I believe Hero. Okay. I mean, you can't disprove it.
There's a limit to how much ridiculousness I can tolerate.
Okay. So I just have to prove that the corpse isn't Kyoko, right? Then let's compare Kyoko's traits.
Jesus,
to the
you
traits of
gotta
the
do
dead
this?
Her traits?
What important trait Kyoko has that proves the body doesn't belong to her? Her piercing glare. Her face. Her gloves.
A gun! I'm talking about her gloves. They'll give us some insight into the mystery. I'm sure of it.
In that case, I think it would be helpful if someone explained why she actually wears those gloves.
And would you happen to know the answer?
In fact, Monokuma told me. Apparently you have scars on your hands you don't want anyone to see.
Just show your hands.
Oh, you know, now that I think about it, the corpse wasn't wearing any gloves, right?
Thank you, Owie.
They probably just got burnt up in the explosion. I'm not convinced. The ghost is just trying to fool us all.
I mean, granted, Hiro's stupid, but he does bring up a good point. We all thought the corpse was Kyoko, and here's Kyoko right here, so we're kind of we're trying to find out who it is in his own special way. If I can't prove one, we're going to be stuck here and the case won't move forward. So I don't have any choice but to either tattoo or fake nails. Well, actually, no, fake nails. If we're talking about gloves.
It's just a ghost.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
Touch her.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
They got burnt up in the explosion.
Then she was wearing gloves for the explosion.
Well, yeah, she must have been wearing gloves. Because that corpse is absolutely Kyoko.
Whoa, we had some loading.
This entire discussion is idiotic.
I don't want to be a part of this anymore. Just kill me now.
Impossible.
Okay, then prove it. Prove she's not a ghost.
The dead body wasn't wearing gloves.
What? Oh no, it was the second one, wasn't it?
Oh no! I'm stupid!
Okay, then prove
The dead body
they got burnt up in the explosion.
she was wearing gloves before the explosion.
Well, yeah.
This one.
She must have been wearing gloves.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong!
No, there's no way the corpse was wearing gloves. Whoever it was, they were wearing fake nails, remember? I imagine trying to wear gloves over nails like that would have been a pretty big pain.
What about fingerless gloves? Shot down! She's a ghost! End the trial! The murderer was Dracula. Done and done.
Besides,
Pull the lever,
Kyoko wears
Monokuma.
gloves to hide her hands, right? It'd be pretty weird for someone who's self-conscious about their hands to wear fake nails, don't you think?
Jeez, man, you don't know women, huh? They're complicated like that.
He brings up a good point. He brings up a good point!
If anyone doesn't know women, it's you.
Well,
She also brings up a good point.
These gloves were custom made to the size of my hands to make sure they don't interfere with my daily life. If I wore fake nails, the gloves wouldn't fit properly.
Then that's that. The dead body doesn't belong to Kyoko.
It doesn't belong to her.
Which should have been obvious since she's standing right here.
Okay, so then, who's the real victim? First, we need to figure that out.
Okay, we've declared that the corpse is not Kyoko. Alright. Part 1 done.
That's the first thing I said. You're the one who's been dragging us around in circles.
Before anything, we have to identify the victim. Everything starts from there. Fragments, sprinklers, exploded, fake nails, tattoo. Tattoo.
If Kyoko really is still alive, then who died?
There's gotta be some way to figure it out. I don't think so. The face was scorched beyond recognition. And there wasn't any description in the Monokuma file. Well, if we can't identify
Right
the
there.
body...
Oh! No, that's wrong!
There was one clue left behind that we can use to identify the body.
What? For real?
Whoa.
You're lying. You'll die a cruel and unusual death.
Be quiet, Tiny. Tiny hands.
Oh, an unusual death. This I gotta see.
We've seen plenty of those heroes.
She's just being stupid. Ignore them, Makoto. Tell us what you're talking about.
The key to figuring out who it was is the tattoo on the back of her hand.
Oh, yeah. The design's pretty strange, huh? Is this a dog? Her master must have made her get it. To be like, you're my bitch.
B-word!
Seriously? They really did something that humiliating?
No, that's not it. The identity of the victim is hidden within that tattoo.
Oh, really?
If you compare the tattoo to the other information we have, the victim's identity should be clear. What, the Fenrir? Oh, it's this one.
I got it! The Fenrir Mercenary Corps. That's the name of the military group Mukuro Ikusaba belonged to.
Okay, so...
To show that they're a member of the team, each soldier that joins the squad would get a tattoo representing Fenrir somewhere on their body.
Fenrir?
A wolf?
W-O... Oh god. Oh god. Wolf! Wolf!
Now I understand.
I get it now! It's a wolf!
The representation of Fenrir is a wolf.
Fenrir, the Wolf of Ragnarok. It's from Norse mythology. A huge world-ending wolf.
It bores the world.
He's the child of the trickster god Loki and a female giant.
Man, after all this time, we finally got a glimpse of the literary all-star.
A wolf tattoo. And that means...
Exactly. The body we found had a tattoo of a wolf. Which means that person must have once belonged to Fenrir. So it must have been Mukuro.
I don't know.
What?
Hold on. Isn't she the one that was behind this whole thing?
You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right.
Oh yeah, Jormungandr eats the world. What does Fenrir does? Does he like fight people to make way for Jormungandr?
Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? Now we have to have a cool last trial?
It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
But I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place. After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
What if it's a lie?
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
And who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's been gone this whole time? And when she finally turns up, she gets killed. Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character? Which would mean she was the same as us, just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
She hasn't been to any trial though. She may have been. Who knows? Maybe someone is hiding a little something. Because remember, Celeste was able to not give her name.
My information information
So
was
maybe
not
someone
wrong.
here.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Ooh la la.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then, just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big old brains!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
Wait, no. There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along.
Another one?
Nope. There are only 16 students in total that have been taking part in these events.
You know, the first time we brought this up, he said, don't worry about it.
Seriously? Then one of us killed Mukuro?
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Wouldn't it just be an ass if, like, Monokuma, since he's technically part of the student body who has to follow the rules, wouldn't it be funny if he actually, or the person controlling, killed him, and then they're like, well, too bad you didn't guess it. It was me.
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of possible suspects. I'm sure you realize.
But
who
as
I'm
they
talking
have
about,
they
right,
stated, he's
Makoto?
not
Who the
part of the
evidence
student
points
body. Are we sure about this? He's not a very trustworthy bear. Maybe there's a student that controls him. Oh. So that would be a workaround to being part of the student body. So he's technically there because the student who controls him is there. Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto and Kyoko.
I got it! You've narrowed it down to Kyoko and me, right?
Why do you say that?
Allow me to explain. Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there. So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden. However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
Exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko. Damn it. I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
I think alibis are stupid.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Whoa, dude.
Me and Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body? Oh, but what time did we find the body?
Like 9
The
o'clock.
one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
9.
I got it! The body must have been discovered at 9 a.m., since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
He's right. It had to be around then.
so we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
For me, I was already asleep before nighttime hit, so I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
We ran into each other in the dining hall, right? That was around...
Get him, Will. Get him, Will.
Oh yeah, right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in,
What's
so
up,
I'm
Boris?
totally sure about it.
Which means from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m., you don't have an alibi.
The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m., and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. till 7:30 a.m. Alright, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't prove an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I didn't have an alibi. Yeah, why did they send anyone with Owie to get breakfast? You're right. I'm gonna say sprinklers. Fragment, sprinklers, exploded, fake sprinklers. Or an absorption.
We've established a time frame for the murder. It took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night and 9 o'clock in the morning.
Yep, and Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have any objections, now would be the time.
The incident took place in the garden, right? If I remember, there's something that happens there every morning at a certain time.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
So the sprinklers, but which one do I have?
Somewhere between 10 o'clock at night.
Is this one? Yeah. No, it's wrong!
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right? So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it should have been completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Not the bottom part.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
What?
How dare you spew such indecent words?
Who said that? Who said that? Toko, you're banned! Moon Forum!
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Yeah!
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you better tell us why!
The top! I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko with certain evidence that I should do it. Oh, damn it. Okay.
I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I'm right about this. I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. No, no, no! That's enough! Are you trying to blame me? How can you say it was
This should prove it.
There. We broke her.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry. If the sprinklers got the body wet, shouldn't the whole body have been wet?
No, they only got the top wet. The bottom was completely dry. What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
The twop. Oh no, this one first.
while the body was still on fire, I doused it with water. But only the part on fire, the top half.
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
Which means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
So there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Makuru's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone, that's
I'd just like to say one thing.
dick butt. I mean,
If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Okay.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
So wait, you actually did do it?
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone.
Okay.
This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time, stop wasting energy. You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
Be quiet!
You got it, boss. Shutting up now.
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh? She did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial, something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
If she had a motive and no alibi, well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
No, that's wrong.
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
You have a butt for a head.
Huh?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened when he said it did.
What are you...
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting wet.
It was the tarp. Where's the tarp? Where's the tarp? Where's the tarp at? Where'd that tarp at? There it is.
I got it! You're talking about the tarp, aren't you?
You catch on quick. You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In fact, that's exactly what the killer did. The dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
Dude, that's some dirty ass water then. If you just laid a tarp down under a sprinkler and it got that filthy, what the fuck's in the water?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Unless they like dragged it through the mud.
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Maybe keep the bomb dry? I don't know.
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words, to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave us.
Ooh. Ah. Why would Kyoko say that? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? No, I can't think about that right now. The tarp. If it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? There's no blood on it. But the body...
Wait. Something's not right.
And what might that be?
I can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's going to think I'm the killer. I have to refute what Kyoko said.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
That one. No, no, damn it. I have to absorb that one.
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that
No, it's
side
this one.
wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body,
Alright, get ready.
of course it didn't get
Get ready. No! That's wrong! You sent me something? Let's see.
Actually, one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
Immobilize the crab. I like how you got the anteater. Anteater face. But don't forget.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right? Byakuya said it himself. Not to touch it, or you might get some on you. If you put a tarp on a body in that state, it absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
If they had, they would have washed both sides. Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, yeah, true, yeah.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Huh? The blood was camouflage.
After the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim.
The chickens.
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office. That's what Hifumi did, right? When he pretended to be dead?
No, that's not what happened this time. The killer got the blood from right there in the garden.
No, not the poor chimkins.
I got it! Could it have been chicken blood?
What? Chicken blood?
Packed full of
When I
protein.
checked the chicken coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens. But after the murder, there were only 4.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Yeah, I don't think Toko would taste very good. She's very dirty. In more ways than one. She doesn't shower.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful. They should have at least eaten it.
Here, here, Owie.
had to get the blood from the scene so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
They covered it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
Nope.
I think so.
No, dum-dum. How does that look normal?
No. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping up.
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off. But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp. Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body, the coat they'd already covered in blood. This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
Wait, what? I wasn't paying attention.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe, but still.
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no, I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Wait, I thought you followed her.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
What are you talking about? We showed up.
That's not...
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
And the suspicion falls back on me again. But why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Well, you simped for her, and now she's getting rid of you. This guy's dead body's been added to the truth bullet section.
Well then, it looks like we're back to square one. Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
No, dum-dum.
Oh!
See? Pretty good idea, right?
No, not that. I just remembered something super serious.
Well, don't just stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all black and burnt?
No, not really. Oh, I guess I can see it being kind of charred.
The one we found stuck in the body before it exploded, right? According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's what I thought when I first saw it. I just remembered.
Uh-oh. Listen, more importantly, now that we have the knife, what are we going to do with it? We can't let Toko keep it, that's for sure. We don't know what she might do with it.
I don't want it.
Why don't you hang on to it, Makoto? Ah, see, she's trying to set you up, dude.
It's the knife we gave to Makoto?
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yeah.
Then why did you hide that fact?
He didn't hide it, it just never came up.
It's not that I hid it. It's just...
I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Thought maybe I really did kill her. Why don't you just tell someone took the knife they were gonna kill you,
Very
dude?
suspicious indeed. The knife we found stuck in the body came from Makoto. Now I'm totally convinced he did it. Well, 1000% convinced.
I mean, there's some strange shit that happens in this school. They could believe it. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. I'm the main character.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, then that seals it. Makoto did it.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
Wait, no.
So
No.
there's no question. You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
No, that's wrong.
The knife we found, it's the same one. It really is, isn't it?
If he did have that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
No, that's wrong.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up we just heard.
Lies! We never talked about what killed her.
No, don't you remember? The killer covered the dead body with the tarp and then put the bloody coat on it, right? In other words, the victim never wore that blood-stained coat until after they were dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body,
It was already
the knife
dead.
was thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.
Maybe you stabbed her twice. Once to kill her and once to cover it up.
The victim was stabbed twice in the same spot. Was it the Monokuma file? The victim brought it the dead before the blast. The victim was stabbed a single time with a knife. They also had struck. They had also been struck in the head with an object about the thick as a metal pipe. The arrow. The arrow.
I got it! The Monokuma file clearly states that there was only one stab wound.
Oh yeah, it sure did. Totally forgot about that.
Oh yeah, my bad, dude.
Then the knife.
Was just another piece of camouflage set up by the true killer. They probably stabbed her to draw attention away from what actually killed her.
There goes Toko.
Afterward
Woo!
was probably meant to do the same thing.
That's a great picture.
The explosion severely damaged the body, making it impossible to know what really killed her. It was all the killer's attempt to destroy all evidence of their crime.
So they wanted us to notice the stab wound and then detonated the body afterward. They meant for us to latch onto the knife as the cause of death, then destroy any evidence proving otherwise.
Oh, hey, I have a question. It kind of goes back to the beginning, but what's the deal with that explosion anyway? Why'd the body just blow up all of a sudden like that?
If you bothered to put that lump of gray matter between your ears to use, you'd know the answer.
Well, if you're so smart...
It was a bear bomb.
I'll tell you. I bet some unknown quantum particle caused an atomic level spontaneous combustion.
Good job, hero. You did it. You solved the mystery.
I might be dumb, but even I'm not dumb enough to believe that.
Go ahead, Makoto. Tell her or we won't make any headway on this.
Oh, why do I gotta tell her? Why don't you tell her if you're so smart?
I got it! After the explosion, we found a tiny fragment of something on the ground near the body, right?
Ancient quantum ghost aliens.
That fragment reveals the cause of the explosion.
Huh? You know, I feel like I've seen something like it somewhere before.
That's only natural, because of course, we saw the same thing when we dismantled Monokuma.
See, look, there's Toko. She's about to eat some ass. Monokuma ass. She's like, I don't know. Should I do it? Should I do it? Look, it fits perfectly.
It's part of a bomb.
Oh, then the explosion was because of the Monokuma bomb.
Anyway, the culprit's motive is becoming more and more obvious by the minute. They wanted the knife wound to look like the fatal injury so that we'd suspect Makoto. And the only one who would benefit from that is the only other possible suspect. You, Kyoko.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second, Byakuya.
What's the problem?
Well, I just feel like we need to think this through. We still don't know what actually killed the victim.
I don't know. That blow to the brain probably did it.
That's true. It's definitely bugging me. What really killed her?
Fine. I have no problem with that. Let us continue the debate. It won't change the facts of the case regardless.
We need to determine what ultimately killed the victim. I need to concentrate. Body before Monokuma exploded body.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined, correct?
The explosion didn't kill her for sure. I guess.
Well, yeah. She was already totally dead when that happened.
And it wasn't you because of the knife, right?
Nope.
Then there's only one other thing.
Oh, yeah. According to the Monokuma file, that's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Oh, not countless wounds. It's blow to the head. But what do I use it?
Shall we continue the
What do I
debate?
use it on?
The victim's fatal injury has
Fatal
yet to
injury.
be determined.
The explosion didn't kill.
Well, yeah.
And it wasn't you. Then there's a.
Oh, yeah. That's gotta be it. There was evidence that showed she was hit on the back of her head.
And more than that, the victim had suffered countless wounds across her entire body.
Then, shall we continue the debate? The victim's fatal injury has yet to be determined.
No, that's wrong!
No, it's wrong. Mukuro died because of the blow to the back of the head she suffered.
What about the wounds all over the rest of her body? They didn't have anything to do with it?
The Monokuma file makes it clear that those weren't fresh wounds.
Oh yeah, good point. If they were old, I guess they don't really matter.
Okay, then we're safe in assuming the blow to the back of her head is what killed her.
But then, what was the murder weapon?
The arrows.
The Monokuma file says she was hit with a blunt object, about as thick as a metal pipe.
Oh, I bet it was the pickaxe!
How is that even possible? If you hit someone with that, it'd cave their skull in completely.
Well, maybe they held it the other way and hit her with the handle.
No way! The balance would be all off. You wouldn't be able to swing it with any kind of power. I wouldn't mind testing it on you if you want.
No thanks. I bet you just hit me with the metal end and call it an accident.
I'd love to scoop out that nasty brain of yours, throw it on the ground, and spit on it.
I feel the same way. Looks like we're on the same page this time.
I want to kill you too.
Seriously?
We want to figure out what killed her, right? It just so happens we already know.
We already know? I knew we could count on you, Master.
So what was it?
Go ahead and tell them, Makoto. Surely you've deduced the real
Go
murder
on,
weapon.
Makoto! Come on, you bottom bitch beta, tell them! Do my bidding, snap, snap!
I got it! Mukuro was hit in the back of the head with something, and that's what killed him. And that something was the titanium arrow we found in the locker in the dojo.
Arrow. That's what the culprit attacked Mukuro with?
Ugh.
Indeed. There's no doubt about it.
No
Are
doubts.
you sure? That sounds kind of weird.
Hey! How dare you backtalk, Master? You have no right!
I'm not back-talking anything. I'm just saying what I think.
I don't blame Hina for doubting it because there's one more thing about the weapon. One more secret. The duct tape?
The titanium arrow. It was in the dojo locker, right?
Wait, did they like...
No doubt.
Did they wrap... Oh, they wrapped the duct tape around the arrow. That's why they're so clean. And there's blood all over the duct tape.
Well, because in the Monokuma file, it said the weapon must have been about as thick as a metal pipe, right? It seems like an arrow would just be too
That one.
thin.
No, that's wrong!
You're right. Just the one arrow would have been too weak. That's why the killer used another weapon.
Aren't arrows like pretty flexible?
Another weapon?
Inside the dojo locker, we also found a balled up wad of duct tape. The killer probably uses duct tape to bind multiple arrows
Okay.
together.
All right, there you go. There you go. There you go.
Bundling them together using the duct tape would easily create a single weapon as thick as a pipe.
That's so silly.
And that's exactly what the killer did.
It's similar to Aesop's fable about the bundle of sticks. One stick is weak, but put them together and they become strong. It's meant to teach cooperation.
I'm not gonna mention bundle of sticks.
Damn, that's harsh.
How is it harsh? Are you even listening?
No, tiny hands.
Anyway, that explains the murder weapon. As for who the culprit is that stashed the weapon in the dojo locker, it was you, Kyoko.
I mean, she is a writer. It's just she's got some weird hornies.
I've never been to the dojo.
Bullshit.
Oh no, you absolutely have.
How can you say that with such confidence?
Because we have proof, of course. Don't we, Makoto?
Yeah, the locker key. Yeah, she was literally there, wasn't she?
What's the matter? Surely you don't intend to protect a murderer. You know what will happen if you do, don't you? If you cover for the culprit, there's only one thing that can lead to.
Why are they doing this?
The death of us all, remember?
Of course I remember.
Then show us. Show everyone the evidence that proves Kyoko went to the dojo.
Okay. I have evidence? Evidence that Kyoko went to the dojo. This one.
I got it! The one thing that proves Kyoko was in the dojo is right here. the key to the dojo locker.
And how does that prove anything?
Because I found it in your room.
It was in my room?
But she didn't have access to her room. Because remember, she gave the key to Bacula.
Don't bother trying to play dumb. That key is just the final piece of the puzzle. Your non-existent alibi, your clear motive, your attempts to frame Makoto for the crime. This all proves that you are the true culprit. You can't explain this away, so just give up.
Hold on a second.
Not this again. You really are dead set on defending her, aren't you?
No, it's not that I want to defend her. It's just there's one more thing I need to ask her.
How did she get access?
Kyoko, I want you to tell me something. Last night, you were in my room, weren't you?
Yeah, you dummy, you didn't lock your door again.
Why? What were you doing there? That's what I need to know.
I was just protecting you.
What?
She was protecting me? And does that mean she... Oh, she beat him up! Oh, I thought I did! Oh, I better save face and tell him that I beat him up and Kyoko's a murderer!
It was like she was staring at garbage. Which would mean that Kyoko, if she killed someone for me...
That's enough. The time for idle chatter is over. A verdict is close at hand.
Wait. I'm warning you. Don't make this mistake. I'm not the killer.
Pathetic.
I knew you were stubborn, but this is just getting ridiculous.
Really? But you should know better than anyone I didn't do it. Can you tell me I'm wrong?
I should know.
What? Nani?
What does that mean?
Those words you just spoke, what do you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit. Is that what you're saying?
You stated a theory earlier. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo locker, and then left the locker key in my own room.
That one.
But could I really
Damn
have
it.
done that?
Words you just...
Exactly.
I gotta absorb it.
You should understand. Master would never...
There's proof that you... Is that what you're...
You stated a theory. You said I hid the evidence of my crime in the dojo, and then left the locker key in my own room. Correct. But could I really have done that?
And I bet that's gonna go to proof. Proof!
Those words you just
And we're gonna say,
spoke,
no, that's
what do
wrong!
you mean?
Exactly what I said. I'm not the killer. You should understand that more than anyone here.
Byakuya, what are you hiding?
Master would never hide something from me!
There's proof that you aren't the culprit.
No, that's wrong. If I'm right, Kyoko wouldn't have been able to get into her room.
Why not?
Because she had given her room key to Byakuya.
I see. So that's what you meant. And if I had the key to your room...
Then obviously I had no way of getting in. Without my room key, I couldn't have possibly put the locker key in there myself. Am I wrong?
It would appear not.
Then you're finally starting to understand.
Uh-oh. Well, now we're back to square one. What the fuck? No, that's actually not true. There was a clear contradiction in what Kyoko told us, an obvious lie. But this This just isn't like. Wait, what? Lie? What? What? I don't remember. Oh yeah, she has like the master key to try and save herself with such desperate lie. Does she really feel that threatened because she's the killer? Or is it something else? Was there some deeper meaning hidden in what Kyoko said earlier? Vote for me and not die here. The mystery of the school will stay hidden forever. Which is why I can't let that happen. This is a trap the Mastermind has laid for us. The Mastermind's trap. The Mastermind is trying to trap Kyoko. But what if it's not really true? What can I do? What should I do? What should I do? The Mastermind's trap. The victim was Makuro and Kyoko killed her. What does Kyoko really know? What am I supposed to do? Kyoko's lie. I'm the only one who knows it's a lie. I'm the only one who can expose it. But who can I trust? What am I supposed to do? The Mastermind's trap. If you spend all your time trying to avoid danger, you'll never move forward. So we should convict you of being the murderer, right? But if that risk means solving the mystery, we have no choice. Am I wrong? What do I do? I have to decide right here now whether or not to expose Kyoko's lie. Run away! Ah! Pursue the lie, let it go, or run away. Oh wait, hang on. What do we do? I'm gonna assume it wants me to say let it go. But what if I pursue the lie and we convict her? Yeah, what is it, Moon? What secret do you want to divulge into me? If you pursue, you get the bad ending. Oh. Can we save? I don't think so. Get the bad ending? Do we get to come back to this? Restart. Okay, yeah, sure. Let's do that.
There was a lie hidden within Kyoko's statement just now.
A lie?
Isn't that right, Kyoko?
You said it. The burden of proof is on you. So let's hear it. Where's this lie, then?
Some deeper other truth she wants to keep hidden. Is it Kyoko's account? Let's find out.
I didn't have the...
We'll just make sure. Kyoko used Monokuma's secret tool. There you go. It's that one.
Because I'd given it to Byakuya. There's no doubt about that, right?
You are correct.
So I couldn't possibly have gotten into my room.
No, that's wrong!
No, that's wrong. No, Kyoko could have gotten into her room. You said so yourself, didn't you, Kyoko?
Monokuma's secret tool which can open any lock in the school.
Monokuma's secret tool?
Kyoko stole it from the headmaster's room. It lets you get into any room in the school. Which means she could have used it to get into her own room.
Oh shit!
Then I guess that's it.
You're giving up just like that? You admit to killing...
No, I'm simply recognizing that I lost.
What are you talking about?
Like I said, this was a trap, and I wasn't able to escape it. So I lost. That's all this means.
Then, are you saying you really didn't... Kyoko, you really aren't the killer?
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
I'm sorry to say, but your time is up. All done, all finished. The class trial
Wait, what? They never had a time limit.
But that's ridiculous. Since when is there any?
I just made up that rule because I'm bored.
It's because you were late, so the trial started late and time ran out. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you. But I guess we already know who the blackened is, don't we?
So this is the bad ending.
Good job! You got it right! Brilliantly right!
We got it right? Does that mean Kyoko really is the killer? But something strange is going on here. There's something wrong with this whole class trial.
Kyoko!
Now then,
I'm prepared.
a very special punishment.
Extra special punishment this time!
Come on, don't try to step on my toes, man.
Is everyone ready? Okay then!
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Time to get claimed. Oh, she gonna get squished. That's how the class trial of Makuru Ukusabi came to an end. So I'm assuming, so it's gonna be, instead of her being blamed, it'd be Makoto being blamed. So then Makoto would die? That's a good ending? Okay. I still had to wonder whether Kyoko was actually innocent, or, regardless, the truth was lost forever. Even for me. I just stopped thinking about it. That was the end of Makuru's class trial, and in the end it would prove to be our last class trial. Once that case was over, there was never a single murder at Hope's Peak ever again. We had obtained peace in exchange for the lives of all the others. Hiro was right! Wait a second. Based on the age of these children, Bacula got to her first! And then Makoto got the seconds! Oh man! Peace, but only inside the school. But what happened to Toko? Peace, but only for us. That was the only hope we had. Hope. Hope. Hope? This is hope?
No! This isn't right!
Man, even in your imagination, Makoto, your second pickings.
Huh?
Makoto, why are you staring off into space? Don't you have a rebuttal for Kyoko's claim?
What if I run away? Is there anything for running away? You actually don't know? Let's do it. Run away! No, running away isn't gonna solve anything. Why do they even have that option? I've made my decision. I have to believe in Kyoko. There's no way she would kill someone. There has to be some secret here, something that has to do with the mastermind's trap that Kyoko mentioned.
Does no one have a rebuttal? Have you decided to accept her assertion as fact? I see. So you still refuse to accept it. I suppose we have to admit that Kyoko didn't put the locker key in her room, that it was someone else.
But who else could it have been?
Bacula. But, I mean, he does have an alibi.
I mean, Byakuya had a room key, right?
You! What are you trying to imply?
But of course, I have an alibi. From nighttime on, I was with you guys the entire time. I couldn't possibly have killed anyone, or put the key in Kyoko's room.
Well, someone had to put the key in there.
There's only one other possibility I can think of. Someone could have had the key on them, then once they arrived at the scene, pretended to find it there.
Oh, that's how they're gonna spin it.
It had to be Makoto, right?
I
Uh-oh!
don't see any other option.
Uh-oh!
Wait a second. You've got it all wrong.
Uh-oh!
Let's think about it one more time. There's gotta be a hidden side to this case.
Huh? A hidden side?
First of all, there's something off about this entire trial. You all see it, don't you? Mukuro, who we didn't even know existed, suddenly shows up dead. And then we're thrown into a trial. And Kyoko even said, it's a trap the mastermind set for us. So that's why this has to be...
You're guilty!
Okay, time's up!
Huh?
Time's up! Class trial's all over! Everyone can stop talking now!
What? Time's up?
What do you mean time's up? There's no time's up. Since when have we...
It's because you were late, so we had to push back the start time. So then, it's time for voting time, okay? Everyone, please vote using the lever in front of you!
Voting time?
Uh-oh! Hey, 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 hey! Hey! That was a really short trial, yeah.
Now, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Uh-oh.
Hold on! What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Is it gonna be him now, right? No, I mean, like, it's gonna be... He's the one who, quote-unquote, did it? Is that what Monokuma's gonna say?
What? You think I'm the killer?
Sorry, man.
Sorry.
It's all your fault. Everyone, you're wrong. You got it all wrong. I didn't do it.
Yes, indeed.
Good job, everyone. Good job.
Yep.
Yep, they got it right. No, that's not true. None of this makes any sense. This whole trial doesn't make any sense.
Hey!
It makes perfect sense. It's the same as always, and I'm just like all the other class trials, and I'm gonna end it the same way.
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time for your heart-pounding, positively thrilling punishment. Wait, why do I... Kyoko?
I don't expect you to forgive me. I know this is all my fault.
Go, Kyoko.
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Uh-oh.
Am I gonna have to proc my luck? Proc the luck. Luck! Luck stat, please! Oh my god, it actually is sex ed. I didn't notice that the first time. Oh!
Hey, what you doing?
Alter ego! The luck stat did proc! Oh, wait, no, I'm gonna dive for the fall.
Huh? What's this? What's going on?
Hey, was that?
Yeah, it had to be.
This is
Alter ego!
Alter ego? Is this some stupid virus from that stupid guy? He must have planted it when we invaded my network. Damn it all to hell, I don't believe this!
It would seem...
Seems you finally made a miscalculation. No, you miscalculated from the very beginning.
In other words...
What I'm saying is you shouldn't have underestimated us.
Why are you talking like you've already won? I barely felt a thing. It was a pinch, an itch. That stupid virus is gone now, got it? And so is Makoto. Maybe I didn't get to smash him flat, but you're never gonna see him again. To waste away in the garbage strewn pit. In a way, that's even better special punishment. But it's still not enough. I'm still not satisfied. I'm still gonna bring despair to the rest of you. Bring despair to the entire world.
Oh, so the entire world is not doomed.
How's it going? Hey, Kyoko, what's the meaning of all this? Just what the hell is going on?
Calm down.
It's okay, we're not the ones being trapped this time.
In other words...
Now it's the mastermind that's ensnared.
what did you
What are you
say?
talking about?
So...
You'll understand soon enough. Very soon indeed.
Oh, wow.
The massive high school towers over all the other buildings in this bustling urban area. It's like the school stands at the center of the entire world. Hope's Peak Academy. It brings in top students from every field imaginable, a government-funded school of privilege. They say that if you come here and manage to graduate, you'll be set for life. With hundreds of years of tradition, it sends the cream of the crop into the workforce every year. It was built to raise hope in the nation's future, which makes Hope's Peak a pretty fitting name. There are two things you need to attend this school. One, you have to already be attending high school. Two, you have to be the very best at what you do. No ordinary student could enroll here. The only way in is if you're scouted by the school itself. And standing there at the gate of the ultimate school filled with the ultimate students was me.
What? Where am I?
I woke up with my head resting on top of a hard wooden desk, and my body felt heavy. It wouldn't be weird for me to zonk off in the middle of some boring class or whatever, but what was I doing asleep here just now? It wasn't any classroom I'd ever been in before.
Oh, what the heck's going on? Oh, New Game Plus has been enabled.
Oh, never mind. We're in the trash chute. Finally! I could finally feel my mind and body starting to come back together again, and then I was awake. Or was this just another dream? A dream inside a hopeless nightmare.
Oh no, this isn't a dream.
I could tell because the stench invading my nostrils was too powerful for a dream.
What an awful smell.
I was in a vast dark cavern with the barest hint of light seeping in. Trash was piled high all across the area.
Must be some kind of underground garbage pit.
A heck of a situation to find myself in. But that was just the beginning of my problems. Was I going to be stuck in there till I wasted away and died?
No, I can't let that... I can't let that happen. Not after what my good friend went through to save me.
I remembered all too well what had happened. That's a wonderful face. Alter Ego saved me, and he used up the last little bit of his strength to do it. So I can't give up now.
For myself and for my friend.
And with that, my pursuit of survival began. First up was to start looking out for a way out of here. Is that an airplane? How did something like that wind up in the school's garbage pit? Well, it's Monokuma's stuff, so... That's a rocket and a tank. I better not think too much about it when I'm seeing down here. This is a desk. It's probably the one that fell down here with me. How did you survive the drop? Anime? Rattle, rattle. It's locked. No matter how many times I pushed or pulled or kicked it, it didn't budge. Getting out of here isn't going to be so easy. Well, if I'm not... Oh, you know what happened? Right before the desk hit the ground, he jumped off of it. That's what happened. Well, if I'm not getting out of here anytime soon, I decided to look around for some food. There's plenty of food here, but it's all rotten. But that was pointless too. Next, I searched for some water. I cannot be sure which liquids I can drink and which ones are all around bad idea. Again, pointless.
I feel like I'm blocked in on all sides.
But that's still not enough reason to give up, because
I'm still alive! As long as I'm alive, I'll never give up.
After making that proud declaration, the next thing I decided to do was... sit there and cry. Or go to sleep. My sleep was deep and uninterrupted. That was my only way to preserve what little strength I had left, after not being able to eat or drink. I can't be sure, but I think at least a full day had to have passed. And all I did was sleep and sleep. It was like I was waiting for some kind of sign to come falling out of the sky. However, what fell from the sky wasn't a sign. Not exactly. Gakrunch? Gakrunch?
What the?
The strange sound pierced my silent isolation, jarring me awake.
Food!
As I watched the pile of garbage jostled and formed in an odd shape.
Oh, did something fall down there?
Something fell down there. What could it have been? Did a giant piece of trash just fall down here? I carefully stretched my hand out toward whatever it was that had tumbled down out.
Just a second.
Go in here!
So...
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to help you. I like, what is it? Goku? Goku BT?
Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Well, you got a bit of garbage in your hair.
Aver had a quick, sharp shake to get rid of the trash, then faced me
Hey.
again. First, I have something for you. Go ahead and eat it. We can talk once you're finished.
Oh, wow! Thank you!
I snatched the bread and water that she was holding out for me. Within seconds, it was in my mouth and making its way towards my stomach.
Oh, that really hits the spot. Now I got all the energy I need to keep going.
So you still haven't given up then?
Of course not. After all, the fact that I can keep going forward is about all I'm good at.
Well, that's not such a bad thing to be good at. There's an unbelievable amount of trash here. And look, the biggest trash of all. Huh, just kidding, gamers. That was a little joke.
Oh, but Kyoko, why'd you come to rescue me?
So...
To pay a debt. No, to atone.
Atone?
You...
During the trial, even though you knew I was lying, you didn't say anything. So,
Ah, so you knew that I knew.
Indeed.
But even though I knew I did nothing to help you, I abandoned you.
Hey, don't say that. You didn't abandon me.
No, that's exactly what I did. I abandoned you in order to save my own life. You were trying to save me, and I couldn't bring myself to do the same for you.
However...
But listen, not that I'm trying to make excuses, but there was a reason that I had to survive, no matter the cost.
Why did you have to survive?
It's true.
I'll tell you everything. The reason I had to
In
survive
other words...
is so that I can do what I came to do at this school.
What?
I made up my mind to come to Hope's Peak Academy for one very important reason.
Ah, so you have some reason for coming to Hope's Peak.
Indeed.
That's right, at least I did once.
Once?
Until recently, I'd forgotten what it was. You forgot, but that's... no memory of what my purpose was.
No memory, that's impossible.
Amnesia.
Then...
is it really true you lost your memory? Do you remember, Makoto? Do you remember the first thing that happened to each of us as soon as we arrived at this school?
Oh, the first thing.
Yeah, you got gassed.
You're talking about when we fainted, right? I fainted, and when I woke up, I was trapped here.
That's right.
I fainted too, and when I woke up, I noticed a strange feeling of separation within myself, a disconnect.
It would seem...
Thinking back on it now, at that point, my memory was gone. At that time, I'd forgotten. I couldn't remember why I'd come to the school, and I couldn't remember what my ultimate ability was.
Oh, but what made you forget all that?
Hey.
Strange, isn't it? It's hard to imagine it happened by chance. It seemed too much convenient. Much too convenient.
Are you saying you think you lost your memory because...
I don't think. I'm positive it was the work of the mastermind. They stole my memory.
But why would they want to do that?
There's only one reason I can come up with. Because of my purpose and my abilities, somehow they would interfere with the mastermind's plans. The mastermind just stole them from you.
However...
and it could also mean somehow my memories may be connected to the mystery of the school and the mastermind. Which is why I have to get them back. That's why I've been investigating things by myself this whole time. What if she's like the winner of the last one?
Oh, but what if you say it's true? Why didn't you ask the rest of us to help you?
Why is that?
If I did that, we all would, and we all worked as one, the mastermind would have noticed right away. Plus, there's always the chance that the mastermind is actually one of us.
What?
Correct.
Well, don't make it too big of a deal, it's just a possibility. But since it is a possibility, we can't ignore it, right? The believe that, then of course she couldn't trust a missing memory by herself.
However...
to mine, that was just intuition, but... but... why did that... Are you okay? It is nothing, right? I think she's a good person to tell.
Hey.
Even now, I still trust you, you know. It's just, I know I never asked you for help the right way, so I understand if you're not convinced. Honestly, I was convinced. I think that's just her personality.
Okay.
You said you had a reason for doing all that?
Doing all that investigation on your own. So how'd that turn out? Were you able to remember anything?
So...
I think there's still a lot I don't remember, but at the very least, I was finally able to recall my purpose and my ability.
You mentioned your ability.
My ability, what everyone should have known me for, is the ultimate detective.
Oh, wow! Really?
The ultimate detective.
Correct.
And the reason I came to Hope's Peak Academy, there was someone I had to find here in the school.
You had to find someone who?
So...
well, it was the headmaster of Hope's Peak Academy.
Oh, the headmaster. Why'd you want to find the headmaster?
Because he's my father.
Nani?
In other words...
I was separated from him as a child. As it turns out, he became the headmaster of Hope's Peak. Kyoko's dad is Hope's Peak headmaster.
Well, that explains it. When Alter Ego told us how he thought the headmaster was involved...
I'll find a way. No matter what it takes, I'll find the headmaster.
No matter what?
No matter the cost.
So,
My memory hadn't come back at that point, but when he said that, I felt strange. It makes perfect sense now, of course, since my whole purpose for coming here was to find him.
Well, that makes sense.
However...
But listen, Makoto, I want to make this perfectly clear so there's no misunderstanding. I said the headmaster wasn't the mastermind, but I didn't say that to protect him. I only said what I felt based on what I'd seen when I snuck into the headmaster's room.
Oh, then what'd you see?
So...
The room had been ransacked. The shelves were a mess, the desk drawers dumped on the floor. The only conclusion is that someone who didn't know where anything was had been in there.
Oh, you mean the mastermind, right?
It's true.
That was my assumption, yes, and to confirm my suspicion, I decided to investigate the second floor of the dorms using the key I'd found.
But why there?
Because I also found this in the headmaster's room.
Oh, it's a kind of map.
Indeed.
It's a layout of the entirety of Hope's Peak Academy. I found it in the headmaster's room along with Makuru's profile and that key. The map showed that the second floor was home to a number of rooms meant for the faculty use. Some of the staff must have stayed overnight from time to time, and I figured the headmaster would have some kind of private room there. I assumed that if that were true, that room would likely hold more clues, so I went to check.
Correct.
And that's when I finally remembered. I remembered that my purpose was to find the owner of that room.
Oh, so you went there to see if the headmaster really did have a private room there.
However...
But once I got there, I noticed that the second floor of the dorms didn't have any cameras or monitors.
So what was it like, that part of the school, I mean?
It's hard to describe. All I can say is, the moment I saw it, I realized whatever's going on in this school is more horrific than we ever imagined.
Oh, what do you mean?
So...
I can't explain it. You'll need to see it for yourself, and I'm sure you'll get your chance soon enough. Sounds like it must be important, and really ominous.
Alright, let's go!
However...
Of course, once I got to the second floor of the dorms, there was no cameras and no monitors. Which is why I had no idea what was going on in the rest of the building.
That has to do with Mikuru Kusaba, doesn't it?
However...
Just to be perfectly clear, I didn't kill her. And I know it wasn't you either.
Well, I know you're right, but that just means everyone but you and me had an alibi. Then who did kill her?
Anyway...
What I can say for sure is that the mastermind is directly involved. To begin with, the point of the class trial of Mikuru Kusaba was to get me killed.
Get you killed?
Indeed.
I stole that key and disappeared, and in retaliation they wanted to draw me out and eliminate me.
Correct.
That was the point of the class trial.
It was!
The mastermind knew they couldn't interfere directly.
Oh, you mean because of the school regulations?
That's right.
Exactly. With minimal restrictions, you are free to explore Hope's Peak Academy at your discretion.
In other words...
The mastermind is adamant about following the rules, and with that rule in place, they couldn't step in. Since they couldn't kill me themselves, they tried to use the class trial to do it. The mastermind couldn't step in because of the rules. That makes it sound like the mastermind themselves is somehow bound by the school regulations.
Hey.
There's one other thing I'd like to point out about the murder of Mikuru Kusaba.
Oh, what's that?
There was a point where Mikuru may not have become the victim. It could have been you, Makoto.
I could have been the victim?
Indeed.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, do you mean...
During the night. I can hear them, you know. The footsteps of the gods of death.
Alright, here we go. What?
I can hear the god of death as he moves. That ability naturally draws me into cases just like this.
Anyway...
Which is exactly what happened with you. I was in the dorms and I had a sudden sense of dread. I looked down the stairwell and I saw a white shadow cross the corridor. I gave chase right away. As I followed it, I saw the shadow go into your room.
Correct.
I ran into your room and I saw what was happening. I intervened immediately, of course.
However...
that wasn't the end of things, of course. I stopped them, but that led to... whoever the masked assailant was, they ended up dead.
Correct.
And their murder was disguised, and the dojo key wound up in my room. It all has to be the work of the mastermind and an attempt to use the class trials to eliminate me. So all this would mean that whoever killed Makuro is also the mastermind, right?
Indeed.
I don't have conclusive evidence, but that's what I think. Oh, that's really bad if true. It means the mastermind can kill whoever they want if they feel like it. Wait, but doesn't that create another contradiction? The mastermind wanted to use the class trial to try to kill you because they couldn't interfere, right?
Correct.
You're right, that is a contradiction. And that's not just Makuru. They needed the class trial to kill me, but seemed ready to kill you in your room. Everything they did is a contradiction. So what does it all mean?
In other words...
It means that the mastermind is the one who's been cornered. Huh?
Makoto.
Just a little more. A little more and I should be able to figure out the mastermind's identity. The identity of the ultimate despair. The other ultimate despair! There's no doubt that Makuro was the ultimate despair and that she's dead. But I don't think the ultimate despair is just one person. It's not!
Indeed.
If you think about it, the ultimate despair seems to implicate whoever caused that event. You're talking about what happened a year ago, the biggest, most awful, most tragic event in human history. The tragedy, whoever's responsible for that, they're the ultimate despair?
It would seem...
That despicable group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. Oh, then they're... Make no mistake, they're the root of all the evil that has forced us to go through this. Fenrir? That is the ultimate despair. That is our real enemy. Oh my god! Is that a... Oh, it's a rocket. Whew! That's a Monokuma rocket right there. All right. Now, do you think I should keep going? People who know this game, should I keep going or should I split this into another stream? You think there's enough to split? You think enough to split? Okay. I'll split it then. We'll come back to this game. We'll come back to this game another time. We'll do another stream of it, and that'll probably be the final stream. Cool. Alright. Thank you everyone for joining. I hope you had yourself a good time. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Have a great weekend. Stay well. Stay awesome, and bye-bye.